Do you really know Justin Bieber, or just the headlines? From a small-town kid posting YouTube covers to a global architect of pop who can disappear and still dominate, this is every version of Justin Bieber explained. We'll chart the full transformation, the prodigy, the phenomenon, the pressure cooker, the redemption machine, the feature king, the grown album craftsman, the reset into health and fatherhood, and the launch of a brand new era. Because Bieber isn't one story. It's 8 versions, each with its own sound, look, and legacy move. We're talking stadiums shaken, records shattered, controversies survived, and reinventions that reset the chart conversation more than once. Which version made you a believer, and which one made you rethink everything? Strap in. Clean visuals, tight highs, messy lows, and the moments that turned a viral teen into a modern icon. This is the breakdown, version by version, ending with a brand new chapter that's just getting started. The YouTube Prodigy. Before stadiums and headlines, it's a kid in Stratford, Ontario, singing into a webcam. Justin uploads raw covers, So Sick, Usher, Chris Brown, and the internet does the A&R work. Discovery via algorithm, validation via views. Scooter Braun stumbles on a clip, flies him to Atlanta, and lines up an audition with Usher. By late 2008, the joint RBMG Island deal is done. The pipeline from bedroom to boardroom is officially real. Mid-2009, One Time hits radio. Clean hook, effortless falsetto, replay baked in. Curiosity turns into momentum as the single charts and goes platinum, while fan accounts multiply by the hour. In November, the My World EP arrives and does something unprecedented. Multiple tracks land on the Hot 100 before a debut full album even exists. That's not hype. That's a new blueprint for breaking an artist in the social era. Velocity, direct-to-fan connection, and disciplined rollout. The iconography of this origin is unmistakable. Handheld acoustics, small room performances, meet and greets spilling out of stores, and a teen voice cutting through laptop speakers worldwide. Sonically, it's R&B tinted pop. Bright melodies, youthful charm, and rhythmic instincts pointing to bigger stages ahead. Every upload feels like a step forward. Every cosign, a door opening. This isn't just a discovery story. It's proof that the internet can mint a mainstream star without the old gatekeepers. Were you there when One Time first hit your playlist, or did you catch the wave later? Either way, the spark happens here. Small town, big talent, global trajectory. The teen phenomenon. The switch flips from promise to pop supernova. My World 2.0 drops in March 2010 and debuts at #1 on the Billboard 200, making Justin the youngest solo male to top the chart since Stevie Wonder. Baby becomes a cultural earthquake. Earworm chorus, viral video ubiquity, multi-platinum certifications, and a YouTube footprint that redefines what teen pop can do in the social era. Follow-ups like Somebody to Love and You, Smile, cement a sleek teen pop R&B lane built for radio and mass sing-alongs. Scale is the headline. The My World Tour of 2010 and 2011 upgrades everything. Tighter choreography, in-ear precision, bigger band arrangements, LED walls, drum solos, and call and response moments engineered for 15,000-seat arenas. Madison Square Garden sells, out in 22 minutes, and the concert film Never Say Never captures the machinery of a phenomenon in motion. Family, fans, rehearsals, and the grind behind the gloss. It's not a viral story anymore, it's institutional pop power. The narrative shifts from internet discovery to market force. Media saturation, chart streaks, merch lines out the door. Bieber fever isn't a meme, it's an economy. Online, he dominates the attention graph. Offline, he moves tickets and product at a pace most adult acts envy. If version 1 proved he could get in the door, version 2 proves he can own the room. Album at #1, singles everywhere, a headlining tour firing on all cylinders, and a big screen. Document that canonizes the moment. From here on, the question isn't how big. It's, what's the cost of being this big, this fast? The pressure cooker. The sound snaps older. The stakes get higher. Believe lands June 2012 as a deliberate pivot. Dance pop, Euro house touches, and contemporary R&B with heavyweight. Producers. debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 and ending 2012 as one of the year's global top sellers. Singles like Boyfriend, As Long As You Love Me, and Beauty and a Beat push the new palette into arenas, while the Believe tour scales Bieber's show into a slick, worldwide machine, and Believe Acoustic strips it back to prove there's voice and song beneath the glow. But growth brings glare. Through 2013, the headlines crowd the music. Late starts, public flare-ups, the Anne Frank house note, pee in a bucket video, and balcony photos that ignite discourse. Each incident multiplying through a 24/7 social feed that turns missteps into global narratives overnight. The machine is still moving. Videos, tours, chart action. But now every move is judged twice. Once by fans, once by the news cycle. By 2014, the pressure boils over into courtrooms and consequences. January brings a Miami arrest that ends in a plea to careless driving and resisting arrest. July closes an egging case with probation, community service, damages, and anger management orders. Other probes surface and fade as a hard reset becomes unavoidable. It's the first real valley of a career that started at a sprint. A reckoning in public view, where scale collides with adolescence and the cost of getting this big this fast hits full force. This version isn't about collapse. It's about consequence. The craft is maturing, the show is world-class, but the life around it buckles, setting the stage for a future pivot that asks the world to judge the music again. Purpose. Redemption. The comeback isn't noisy, it's surgical. After a public reckoning, Justin reroutes the conversation to craft, launching a precision redemption arc that turns singles into events and an album into a mission statement. The warm-up strike is Where Are You Now with Jack U, 2015. A skeletal, R&B vocal bent through future bass production, proving he can sound fresh, vulnerable, and cutting-edge at once. Then, the trifecta hits. What Do You Mean? Sorry, and Love Yourself. 3 consecutive cultural monopolies that dominate radio, streaming, and every party playlist from dorms to festivals. Purpose is lean, melodic, and grown, edgy enough for clubs, tender enough for headphones, spiritually searching without losing pop bite. Lyrically, the subtext is accountability and renewal. Sonically, it's minimalist percussion, glassy synths, and roomy vocals that put the tone front and center. Visually, the era swaps flash for clarity. Black and white artwork, clean silhouettes, purpose-driven choreography in the iconic Sorry video, and a confident restraint that reads as maturity, not retreat. On stage, the Purpose World Tour tightens the machine. Crisp pacing, live vocals sitting high in the mix, hydraulic moments engineered for catharsis, and staging that feels modern without drowning the person at the center. The win stack, multi-week #1s, record-breaking streams, and a narrative flip where headlines start following the music again. What makes this era stick isn't just chart math, it's intent. Purpose reframes Justin as an architect of pop with an inner life, not a tabloid character with hit singles. It's a reset built on craft, clarity, and control, the pivot that reopens every door the pressure cooker once slammed. Pop Chameleon. No album, no problem. Bieber dominates the airwaves by treating every feature like a headline. The era detonates with Despacito remix in 2017, history-making streams, global #1s, and a seamless slip into Latin pop that proves his voice is a shapeshifter. Then it's a run of era-defining links. I'm the One, No Brainer, Friends, and the breezy Everywhere at Once I Don't Care with Ed Sheeran. Country pop? He checks that box too with 10,000 Hours alongside Dan plus Shay, another crossover that sticks. The strategy is elegant, versatility as brand. One hook leans tropical, the next rides trap drums, other glows with guitar pop warmth. Yet his top line cuts through each mix like a signature. He doesn't need to own the entire song to own the moment, he calibrates it. Charts reflect the method, recurring top 10s, colossal YouTube and TikTok footprints, and a streaming presence that keeps him omnipresent without a solo LP. Visually, and on stage, the vibe is modular minimalism. Clean streetwear, unfussy frames, performance cameos engineered to spike the news cycle, and a public persona cooling from tabloid chaos into controlled appearances. It's a veteran move. Stay loud through the music, stay measured in the margins. Call it the Chameleon chapter. Adaptability turned into dominance, range without dilution, and proof that Bieber can be the gravitational center of any record he touches. It sets the table for the next pivot. Back to albums, back to statement singles, only now with a broader palette and a steadier hand. Grown album mode. Back to statement albums with grown themes and radio-proof hooks. Changes opens the lane, a sleek, slow-bloom R&B record centered on marriage, vulnerability, and a calmer vocal pocket. Yummy lights the fuse online. Intentions delivers the sunny uplift, and the tour plans collide with a global shutdown, forcing Bieber to pivot into performance films, live streams, and a more intimate rollout. The takeaway, he can scale down without losing presence. Then, the gear shift, Justice restores pop velocity, holy, lonely, and anyone sketch devotion and isolation. Peaches explodes into a spring-summer anthem. Stay, with the Kid Laroi, becomes an era-defining smash that owns playlists and TikTok in equal measure. Sonically, it's polished but human. 808s and airy pads, crisp guitar lines and top lines engineered for replay, while the lyrics keep the heart in frame. On stage and on screen, the aesthetic cools to precision. Neutral palettes, elevated streetwear, tight. Camera language and performances that favor clarity over spectacle. The persona settles, faith as compass, therapy in the subtext, accountability in the press, and a work cadence that feels sustainable after a decade of extremes. Commercially, the numbers reassert his tier, #1 debuts, streaming avalanches, and a feature pipeline that stays hot even between singles. Culturally, the conversation recalibrates. Not the teen idol, not the tabloid magnet, an adult pop architect balancing confession and craft. If Purpose proved a reset, Changes to Justice proves longevity, a steady hand, a broadened palette, and the confidence to make big songs feel personal. The reset. The volume turns down, the life gets louder. In 2022, health takes the front seat. Tours paused, schedules reshaped, and a rare kind of pop silence that feels intentional, not absent. Instead of flooding feeds, Justin curates. A handful of precise features, a surprise stage drop-in, a studio snippet that ripples across TikTok. Each appearance lands like a headline because there aren't many, and that scarcity becomes the strategy. Then, the most personal plot twist. Fatherhood. The birth of his first child reframes everything. Priorities, pace, and the way love, faith, and responsibility echo through the work. You can feel the center of gravity shift. Lyrics lean inward. The public persona settles. Grounded, private. When it matters, present when it counts. Branding mirrors the life. Clean palettes, elevated streetwear, performance setups that put the mic and message up front. Less maximalism, more meaning. Sonically, this chapter is about restraint and intention. A silken R&B hook here, a pop surge there, a left-field collab that proves he can still bend the algorithm without chasing it. The metrics remain elite even as output slows, a sign that cultural equity, not volume, is what keeps him unavoidable. Call it the reset that actually resets. Health prioritized, family embraced, craft curated. It's the bridge from the fever of early fame to the control of a veteran era, and it sets the stage for the clean slate statement everyone's waiting for. The swag era. A new era, no looking back. This is Justin Bieber all in, launching Swag, his boldest album since Justice and the start of a fresh cycle. Dropping June 2025 with 21 tracks and a genre-hopping cast, Swag sets a raw, minimalist tone, Bieber's voice up front, lyrics cutting sharper, production stripped for impact. There's no attempt to rewind or replicate. Instead, every song leans forward. Live-in-the-moment delivery, hooks that hit and linger, vulnerability dialed up beyond any previous record. The visuals are stripped and real. Clean stage setups, direct camera work, cover art favoring grayscale and close-up textures. Even in collabs, the blend is magnetic, not crowded. He picks each feature for chemistry, not chart formula. Swag-era performances are intentionally focused. No mega-tour spectacle, just emotionally dialed sets built to reconnect old fans and spark new obsessions. The narrative shifts from When will Justin return? To how far can he push now? Fatherhood and health remain anchors in the background, but the music is pure on-the-record storytelling, confession, bravado, and grown self-awareness. Every drop from swag ripples fast. Viral trends, deep-cut fan reactions, and new life stages for live shows. If you thought the reset was Justin slowing down, swag proves he's just recalibrating, setting his own tempo and industry tone. For fans, the era feels less like a comeback and more like a culmination. Clear-eyed, musically restless, roots planted but always reaching. So there it is. The rapid-fire rewind and wild evolution from bedroom covers to global icon. 8 chapters, countless reinventions, and every high and low that make Justin Bieber forever unpredictable. But now, it's your turn. Which version of Bieber is your all-time favorite? Are you hooked on the YouTube Prodigy, loyal to the teen phenomenon, drawn to purpose redemption, vibing with the swag era, or maybe rooting for another chapter entirely? Tell us in the comments. Drop your favorite era, your top track, and the moment that made you a believer or switched you up. And don't forget, this channel is powered by you. Who should get the next deep dive breakdown? Nominate your pick. For every version below, the most wanted artist gets the spotlight next on Version Vault. Subscribe, hit the bell, because the vault only gets deeper from here.